Hello everyone, Helen here. Welcome to the Mousey Makes podcast. I'm coming to you from the northeast of England, near Durham. And it's lovely to have you here. I'm going to chat about all sorts of things today. I'm not going to give you a complete update on all of the projects I'm working on, which is quite a lot. And I've kind of been working on them all since I last chatted to you about them last week. But I haven't made a lot of progress on most of them, so I'll save that for another time. But I have finished one project, and I have been doing quite a bit of painting and drawing, so I'll show you a bit of that today. I've had another visit from my nieces. I'm going to take you out on a visit to a lovely place I went to recently, and we're going to end up in the kitchen making something really, really nice. So that's today, kind of a roundup of today. So first of all, the finished project. Sitting beside me here is Jodie Turtle, and I absolutely love her. She was a joy to make from start to finish. Not only did I enjoy the actual making, but just as you read through the pattern, I just love the way the patterns are written and how the designer, Cynthia Valet, just kind of talks to you and talks you through. So last time I showed you, I'd given her a little bath and then left her to dry, and so then my next job was to stuff her. And as I might have said to you, normally when I make animals like this, where you start at the head and work your way down, then I would normally stuff as I go along, but I decided not to this time. I followed the instructions, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be a bit tricky to stuff, but it was fine actually. A bit undignified, stuffing through the hole between the legs, but anyway, it wasn't too difficult at all. I just did it quite slowly and steadily, making sure all the time that the shape was right. And I think she's ended up a really, really nice shape. And then, of course, she needed an outfit to wear. So she is looking very, very fetching in her shell suit with this lovely cabled back and her slip-on shoes and lovely wrap. The yarn I used for her body and the shell suit was Rowan felted tweed. I just had a little bit left. Don't know what the colours are, I'm afraid, because they were just, I think I had about 20 grams left of each of those colours. And then the little wrap is made from Sirdar Click. Again, I don't know the colourway, it was just a bit left over. And her little slip-on shoes are Debbie Bliss Rialto 4-ply. And I think she looks absolutely wonderful. And a lovely, lovely addition to my collection of Cynthia Valet animals. And I definitely will make more. I think I might make the mole next. Well, I haven't bought the pattern yet, but I'll set that to one side for the moment. But anyway, there we go. That's Jodie Turtle. So yeah, as I was saying, I've done quite a bit of painting and drawing this week, and I've really taken advantage of the nice weather to be able to just sit out in the garden and do it out there. I watched a new tutorial this week done by Harriet from the De Winton Paper Co. YouTube channel, and in this time, for the first time, she was combining watercolour background with pen drawings. And I couldn't quite do it the way she does in this tutorial because she had a really nice wide brush, which I don't have. But I still like the effect that I managed to create. It was not quite the same as in the tutorial. But anyway, once the paint is completely dry, you then do some simple line drawings on top, and it just looks so effective. At first I had a go at some flowers like it was being shown in the tutorial, but then I couldn't help myself drawing some little toadstools and kind of enchanted forest things, because my head is just in an enchanted forest at the moment quite a lot of the time, because of the make along that I'm busy doing. Anyway, I will link that tutorial below, because I can really highly recommend it. I think my finished little pictures, which I've cut up now, would make really nice greetings cards or gift tags, or could put them into a little frame and give them as gifts. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. So I've had another visit from my nieces, and they just came to stay for another couple of days, kind of a bonus stay. It was really lovely to see them. Just before I show you one or two of the things that we did when they stayed, I thought I'd have a proud auntie moment and show you a photo here of Nell's latest knitting creations. She has been knitting hats, and she knitted 4 hats in 4 days. So hopefully you can see a photo now of her modelling. I think that was her first hat, maybe. She's using chunky yarn, and I think she said she was using 5mm needles. And she's just done a brilliant job. She's so good. She's only 11, and there isn't anybody else in her household who knits or sews, so she's done it completely independently. I am so impressed. So I promised that I will teach her how to knit socks at some point, because I'm sure she'll move on to that quite soon. Anyway, yeah, we had a lovely time while I was staying, though. We didn't actually do any knitting while she was here. But the girls were keen to do some more painting, so we picked another YouTube tutorial and decided to have a go at painting some hens. It was really lovely. They did a great job. These tutorials are just really accessible. They just make it seem possible that you can produce something really lovely, and the girls certainly did a great job of their chickens, which hopefully you can see now, some photos of their finished paintings. And we did have a lovely day out too while they were here at a forest adventure, which is not too far from here. It's in a large area of woodland, and there's all sorts of things to climb on and slide down and swing on. And there's also some great quizzes and things. Oh, loads of the trees have got a little fairy door at the bottom, which actually hinges open, and you find the different fairies behind. All sorts of quizzes. Yeah, there was another one we did where we had to just find lots of different trees, and there was like a little stamper thing that you had to put into your card each time you found a new tree that was on the quiz sheet. So really great time we had there. And apart from the fact that the sun didn't really shine while we were there, it didn't rain either. We had great fun. It was really excellent. Got lots of fresh air and exercise, so that was great. Yeah, so I'm going to take you on a little visit now to a place called Seaton Delaval Hall, which is near Whitley Bay, near where my mum lives. So we all went together. My daughter came as well. We had a really lovely afternoon. Delaval Hall was built in the 1720s by the Delaval family, who they made their money from coal mining and salt production, and I think glass making as well. And they commissioned a famous architect of the time called Vanbrugh to build this wonderful hall. And it is a really nice place to visit. The hall itself is empty inside, and that's because in 1822 there was a huge fire there, and it destroyed almost all of the insides of the hall. I think actually the kitchens were saved and maybe the stable block, but everything else was just completely damaged beyond repair. And it stood empty ever since. It was, it was too big a job, obviously, for them to redo all of the inside. And yeah, but it's got really nice gardens, and really that's one of the reasons we like to go there, is just to have a lovely wander around the gardens. So I am going to take you with me for a little walk around the gardens at Seaton Delaval Hall. Okay then, well I think now we'll just finish today by popping into the kitchen, and I'm going to make one of my favourite desserts, which is treacle tart. And I've just learnt recently that it's also Harry Potter's favourite dessert. Well, I have read all the Harry Potter books, but it didn't kind of stick in my memory. But yeah, apparently it's his favourite dessert too. And it was also mentioned in the film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by the child snatcher when he's trying to lure children out by tempting them with all sorts of goodies, and treacle tart is one of the things he tries to tempt them with. But anyway, one of the reasons it's my favourite dessert is that it just gives me really happy childhood memories, because it was something that my granny used to make, and she was an excellent cook. She was a cook by profession, and before she was married she actually worked in a big house called Audley End in Essex, which is now a place you can go and visit. Anyway, her cooking was absolutely amazing, and my only regret is that I never got the recipe from her, because no treacle tart I've had since has tasted quite as good as Granny's. So I don't know what her secret was. I'm sure she had some secret that I haven't yet discovered. So yeah, there's a little bit of confusion about treacle, because treacle tart is actually made with golden syrup, and the recipe's been around since the late 1800s when golden syrup was first invented. Although you will see that when I make my treacle tart, I do actually use a bit of treacle, and the only reason was that I found I didn't have enough golden syrup. So I put some black treacle in, and actually I think that was a good addition. So when I write the recipe in the description box below, I'll include the black treacle as an option, because it was really nice. It's another of those recipes that uses bread, so you can use, slightly stale bread and make it into breadcrumbs. It's nothing like bread pudding, but it is really good. So here I am making treacle tart. And I meant to say before I showed you the recipe that you can use just ready-made shortcrust pastry. You don't have to make the pastry, because I didn't show you me making the pastry. I did make whole wheat pastry, so I used half plain flour, half whole wheat flour, and that does give a really, really nice texture, crisp texture, and a kind of a nutty flavour. So it's really nice, but it's absolutely fine. If you don't like making pastry, or if you haven't got time, then just using some ready-made pastry is completely fine. Or even some ready roll pastry, and I do that as well sometimes, even though, you know, I quite like making pastry. I sometimes just buy some ready rolled, and oh, it just makes it so nice and quick and easy. Anyway, I think that's probably enough from me today. So I hope you've enjoyed the variety of things from that I've been showing you today, and I hope that you would like to come back again very soon. So thanks for spending your time with me. Take care of yourself, keep busy, and I will see you again soon. Bye.